And welcome back. As you can see, I'm down at the bottom of a very deep shaft here where I've begun my branch mine. And I'm going to go ahead and throw this iron ore in here to cook, and I'll show you the results of my first couple of shafts here, first couple of branches. Now the first branch I always dig is right here on the block behind the ladder, so that I can go ahead when I'm done and block that off and put the ladders back and so on. And I got down here and I found this blue shiny rock that I can't cut with stone. So I mined around it, and there's like 8 diamonds here and some redstone. And so I mined around it and finished the rest of the shaft. And there's some more redstone there. And then I went over here to work the opposite branch. And down this branch, what do you know, more redstone and more diamonds. And if I have the count correct, that adds up to 14 diamonds in the first 2 branches. Very good results. And so now I'm waiting for enough iron to cook up so that I can make an iron pick and mine those diamonds and that redstone. Alright, let's get after them diamonds. Now this is the time when it's really nice to have a pick with the Fortune 3 enchantment on it, because with a cluster of diamonds like that, I have seen Fortune 3 turn it into as many as almost 30 diamonds. Okay. Not bad. 8 diamonds, and then of course the redstone. And I'll come back and fill this in and clean this branch up later. I could have sworn that went down further. We'll have to see about that. Anyway, so we've got all of that. Get the diamonds out of this other side here. And that should total about 14. Possibly more. We'll find out real quick. Diamonds. All right. And I'll go ahead and grab the redstone here. And fill this puppy in. And I'll see to the rest of this branch later. Alright, and now the rest of the way I'm going to deal with the branch mine here is I just dig this main corridor out in both directions from the central shaft here. And then I'll have another branch. Well, let's see. Oh, for shame, no torches. Have to fix that. Alright. So the next branch on that side will be there. And then there'll be an opposite number over here, right there. And I'll just extend this. This shaft will go probably 128 blocks that way, and then there'll be another one that'll go 128 blocks this way. And about the only thing that will stop that is if I run into lava that I can't get rid of. I'm already finding quite a bit of redstone. There's some gold and so on. Let's see. 1, 2, and torch. Alright, and by lighting it up like this, I am guaranteed that there is never going to be anything spawning down here, with the possible exception of slimes. And when it comes to slimes, I reach a point that after I've got too many of them, that what I'll do is I'm thinking seriously about, after I've got enough, or what I consider to be enough slime balls, that I'm going to be very tempted to start paving this area in half blocks so that they cannot spawn in here anymore, because I find them to be a major nuisance. Okay, so there's the iron. Well, I'm going to go ahead and finish out this branch and that branch, close this up and put the ladders back, and work a few more branches on either side here, get some materials together, and figure out where to go from there. Okay, here it is, just a couple of minutes later, and I've finished off with these guys and put the ladders back on the shaft there. Started the new shaft, and look at what I see. Digging, just the beginning of digging into this new branch. Already more diamond. Not bad. This mine is apparently shaping up to be a wealth of diamond. I'm now up to 20. Very good. And more iron as well. So I'm going to get after that and see what other goodies I can come up with. Alright, I have just finished up the first couple of dozen branches on this side, and as you can see down there in the distance, I've run into lava in the main corridor, which means that I'll have to deal with the lava from a higher level up, and then I'll be able to extend this one further on. But I've come up with a fairly decent amount of stuff, a little over a couple of stacks of iron, and a fair amount of gold, and enough diamonds to keep going ahead and making my tools out of diamond, and of course quite a bit of coal, some of which I need upstairs. So I'm going to set a stack of iron rendering, or smelting, whatever. Let's put things where they belong, huh? Okay, I've got some iron smelting. I've got some gold here. I've found a bunch of lava at floor level that I was able to turn into obsidian and then mine. And now I'm going to head upstairs and stop in at the house. Alright, here we are at the top. I did put a infinite water spring in here when I made the bucket so that I could deal with the lava. And that was handy. I'm going to have to do something about covering this pit. I want to go ahead and cover it, but I think I want to do it with glass so that I still get light down at the bottom. Alright. I've contoured the land here a little bit so that I'm less likely to walk off the edge of this thing. And I'm thinking that when it comes to working on the house here, what I want to do is expand that top layer of the land out a little bit so that I can square this house out, maybe make it a little bit longer, and so on. And let's see, I've already grabbed a couple of stacks of sand out of the desert, so I'm going to set that to cooking and get some glass made. And overall, I think I've done pretty well. I've got quite a bit of trees growing over there on the hillside now, and I'm thinking that off this way in the desert I'm going to be building some form of a mob tower, because I have actually a couple of projects in mind, and for both of them I'm going to need a fair amount of TNT for blasting, because that's going to cut the amount of digging that I have to do down to something reasonable. And so I think probably the next major thing to do is going to be to get the mob tower built. But in the meantime, I'm going to work on expanding this ground area here so that I can build this house out some more. And oh wow, how about let's put a roof on it someday too? You know, little things like that. Alright, let's just kind of head out here like so. Get some more room to build the house with. Okay, that's going to be better. Alright, I'll be needing more wood, and I think I want to extend this side out a little bit so that if I choose to have a walkway around the house or just extend it out this way further, I'll be able to do so. For now, let's just extend this out a few blocks. Give myself a little more room to work. A little further here. Alright, that should be good. Alright, now I just need to fill this in. Yeah, over here. Trying to be careful around the edge because that's about a 60 block drop. Means the house won't end up having any kind of a basement because there won't be anything under most of it, but that's all right. All right, now let's drop a few torches down here to prevent unwanted neighbors from showing up. That ought to do for the moment. And then, of course, speaking of neighbors, there's these guys down here, and it was suggested in the comments, a very good idea, that I should take the opportunity to block them into their houses so that should I decide to use them for anything, they will be there to use. Because villagers, being as smart as they aren't, have a tendency to sometimes wander off or otherwise get themselves killed, like for example with zombie invasions. So, okay, let's not go jumping off there. We'll go down the long way. It's a longer trip, but it's safer. to the village, and probably what I need to do is hang out until night when they all go inside, and then go ahead and block their doorways so they can't get out. It will also prevent the problem of zombies breaking down their doors. Of course, I haven't been back to the village since I went up on top of the mountain there, so I have no idea what's going on down here right now. Let's have a look. No door there. Nothing here. There's a table inside. One of those pressure plate on a fence post tables. You know, I'm sorry. I think that maybe there could have been better done for that. This is a little ominous. I'm not seeing any villagers. I am seeing some lag. So what the heck's going on here? Hello? Anyone home? No door on this house either. Well, I suppose if push come to shove, I could arrange to bring villagers in from somewhere. Oh, I hear a door. So there is some villagers around. Apparently, not a whole lot of them, though. Okay, there's one in that house. Alright, let's find the door to it. No. Not that one. Alright. Nobody in there. He's in here. Oh, there's his door. And he can't get out already as it is, but I'm going to ensure that he doesn't. Anyone in here? No. Now, there was people living in this house when I came through here, but the door's gone. I got a feeling that this guy in the house here is the only one left. Which means he's going to have a hard time doing anything about coming up with new little villagers. Nobody got stuck in the well. Yeah, You're locked in. It's probably a good thing. You're the only survivor. And I think he is, too. He's the only survivor. I don't see anybody else around. The doors are gone off all these houses. There is no other villagers around. So if there's going to be more villagers, I'm going to end up having to import at least one. Well, that's starting to look pretty impressive and cool. I may have to do something with shaping the land that stretches out of there so that it looks more natural-ish. but that's not too big a problem. For now, I think that I'm not going to get up that way. No. Alright, I'll just have to head around, go up the other way, get back up there. Before I fall to my death, I get my head shot off. And I'm going to do something with that glass and covering the pit. Go ahead and put a few windows in the house. And then I think I'm going to have to set about figuring out just exactly what kind of a mob trap I want to build and get about building it. Because, like I said, the projects that I have in mind, a couple of them, are going to require a fair amount of blasting, because otherwise the digging would be prohibitively ridiculous. And take a really horrendous amount of time. So, first step is to get a mob tower figured out and built. That's the only way I know to come up with enough gunpowder to do this sort of thing. Okay, let's see. The glass is in the furnace. And let's see. Let's do something about a few windows here anyway. This is almost depressing there are so few windows. Alright. Let's do something a little more expansive for the corner here. And maybe go ahead and include here in it too. And something over here in this corner, the same thing. All right. Okay, looks a little better. See a little bit of what's going on here. Now, once I have enough wood to do so, I'll go ahead and move this side of the house out that way a little ways and get rid of this little L-shaped section here and make the place a little bigger and see about putting a roof on it of some kind. In the meantime, yes, that's right. I need to do something about covering the entrance to the mine with glass, because if I don't, sooner or later, I will step off. Now this pit is a 96 block drop. not something I would care to to do. You know, that's 96 blocks straight down to bedrock. All right. No. There. Had a little something to line up on when going down the ladder. There. 96 blocks straight down. See, the reason I need all the TNT for blasting is that the project I'm thinking of is going to involve doing a lot of construction at about level 20 or thereabouts. And since level 20 is, for the most part, solid rock, that either means an obscene amount of digging or blasting. And personally, I would prefer to blast. And let's see, just for grins, where is that level going to be? I'll go ahead and put the floor in for the next branch mine level. Go up there. Do the same on that one. Let's see, where are we at here? 9.6. We got a ways to go. $15.6. Move that one down. Go up here. 18.6. And so the platform right here, this project I'm going to be working on is going to start on this level right here. And that means a very considerably humongous area is going to have to be cleared out. And the only really decent way to do that is going to be with blasting. It would take hideous amounts of time to dig that out, so I'm not going to. The levels below here will just be more branch mine levels. Okay, so I'm going to let this iron cook up and give some thought to mop tower design that I want to use. And in the meantime, while I'm doing that, I'm going to just go ahead and make up some more torches here and mine out some more branches. Alright, that ought to do it. Oh yeah, plenty of torches. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get to work on that, and I'll catch you in a bit. Alright, I have just gone ahead and taken the other side of this mine here, and I went ahead and extended this half down. And this one I got down to 110 blocks from the shaft before I ran into lava that was bad enough to stop my progress. So, not bad. And I've gone ahead and worked the first few branches of it already. But main thing is I figured out what I'm going to do here is I am going to build a mob trap here that will provide the gunpowder necessary. It looks like I need another chest for cobble. And then I will start working on the other project. The two other projects, actually. and I think they should turn out to be quite interesting. And I know that some are saying, well, you've got tons and tons of this stuff back in your warehouse, why don't you just use that? That's true, I do have a lot of stuff back in the warehouse, but I think I want for this particular project for all the materials needed to come from local supply, to get them locally. And so that's what I'm actually going to do. I'm going to produce everything locally and do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hang out down here around this end of the mine where slime showed up earlier, and see if I can't come up with some more of those slimes, because I'm going to need a fair amount of slime balls. And among other things. And so I'm going to search around, see if I can figure out where these slimes are spawning and maybe expand the area a little bit. And in the meantime, in the next episode, we'll see about getting started on the construction of a mob trap. Take it easy. I'm out of here.